Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play Final Fantasy XI mit Alwyb. So, das ist jetzt der dritte Versuch, diese Folge zu starten, weil wir beginnen die nächste Bastok-Quest und die beginnt, wenn ich hier vom North Gusterberg der Vergangenheit nach Bastok zone. Das habe ich vorhin schon gemacht und nichts ist passiert. Dann habe ich nochmal geschaut, ob ich die letzte Quest bereits richtig abgeschlossen habe. Habe ich. Ich musste einen Ingame-Tag warten und zonen. Habe ich auch. Ich habe sogar jetzt 3 Wochen lang nicht aufgenommen. Und dann muss ich noch auf Wings of the Goddess auf der nächsten Mission Crossroads of Time stehen. Habe ich auch gemacht. Und trotzdem ist nichts passiert. Bis ich gemerkt habe, ich habe wohl in einer früheren Mission vergessen, nochmal mit diesem einem Händler-Goblin zu sprechen. Und der muss mir ein Elixier geben. Ich habe zwar ein Elixier im Inventar, so dachte ich, habe das schon gemacht, aber offensichtlich war es das falsche Elixier. Weil ich bin jetzt nochmal zu dem Goblin hin, der hat mir das Elixier gegeben. Viel mehr ist auch nicht passiert, als dass er mir das Elixier gegeben hat. Also storymäßig nicht relevant. Und jetzt hoffe ich mal, dass ich mit dem richtigen Elixier im Inventar endlich die Cutscene bekomme. Ah, sieht gut aus. Ja, eine Cutscene kommt. Ah! Oh, what was that? It came from over there. What is it? What happened? There! Is he dead? The cuts on his forehead almost look like a pattern. But where do I know it from? Ah, I think I remember now. Darksteel Hurricane. He's back! Are you serious? We have to inform the military police right away. Right, come on, let's go. There's still a hint of warmth on the body, to the body. This man was slain not more than 2, perhaps 3 hours ago. 1 clean slash serving the spinal cord was all it took. This is no ordinary killer we are dealing with. And the pattern gruesomely caved into the victim's forehead. This is all the evidence we need. The murderer's identity is beyond doubt. Blast it! Not a moment after we announced heightened security, and this happened right under our noses. The reputation of the military police will be in shambles. We've had enough negative publicity for one day. Send those sightseers on their way and clean up the mess. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Okay. Haben wir wieder einen Mord aufzuklären, wie es aussieht. Und wir gehen zu Gentle Tiger. Der steht wie immer hier am Eingang zu den Metalworks. Long time no see, Alwyb. No doubt news of the serial killings has already reached your ears. The victims number 4 and counting. That is, of course, unless the Mythril Musketeers have anything to say about it. Orders to conduct an investigation have already been issued from above, or so I'm told. But to be honest, the Mythril Musketeers are a little short-handed at the moment. They could certainly do it with your help again, Alwyb. Darksteel Hurricane? Are you absolutely positive? The most recent victims posed in the Department of Industry. The cruelly methodical manner in which he was slain. And lastly, the mark carved into his forehead. All of this strongly suggests Darksteel Hurricane's involvement. Curses! But nothing has been heard of that cold-blooded killer for years. It's not uncommon for criminals to go into hiding for a time, waiting for the authorities to slip into complacency. Huh. How fast the investigation? I fear there is little to report at present. Time has scarcely elapsed since the investigation orders were issued. Is that so? I'm inclined to believe differently. Well, do I know of the circumstances which led to the Mythril Musketeers being relieved of its customary role as the presidential personal escort? And truly do I empathize with your desire to rid your unit of the burden of ignominy. But it cannot be denied that your unit is severely undermanned for an undertaking of this magnitude. Therefore, I offer you the full cooperation of my 1st Brigade. I was under the impression that the 1st Brigade has been assigned the security of His Excellency, the President, in our stead. A superfluous concern. A good half of my soldiers can easily be spared for the investigative effort without compromising the President's safety. We are grateful for your offer. One more thing. There is a theory which explains how Darksteel Hurricane was able to evade capture during his previous reign of terror. That is, the presence of an informant, a traitor within our ranks. Be careful whom you privilege with access to classified information. Your concern couldn't be more misplaced. The bond of Mythril my people share is stronger than of any steel. I trust each and every one of them with my life. That is most reassuring. Very well then. I will set my people to work at once. Full cooperation? Pah! That's one thinly veiled war declaration if you ask my humble opinion. I'm sorry, all of this is my doing. Don't pay it any mind, Mo 5 Moons. All we have to do is locate and apprehend the killer before those novice investigators do. As simple an operation as they come. You're right. It's the least I can do to repay the President for the kindness he showed me. That's more like the old 5 Moons. Let's go knock that Ein Musketeers captain off his gilded saddle. Captain, I've been meaning to ask you about your alignment. Have your bouts of dizziness abated? I stand before you, don't I? There'll be time enough later to fret over my health. Best we could focus all our efforts now on capturing our men before the 1st Division can get their ambitious hand on him. Exploit all information network to the fullest extent, be it underworld or beastmen, and spare no coin to procure the intelligence we need. The operation is commenced. A moment, Captain. There's one thing I'd like to ascertain before our investigation begins in earnest. What is it? As Captain Bartholomeus mentioned earlier, no incident linked to Darksteel Hurricane has occurred in years. So why now? Why make a return to the fray now, when the climate of discontent during the recent Galka uprising would have been infinitely more auspicious to his cause? I must confess to being plagued with similar doubts. The Darksteel Hurricane of old exclusively targeted high-ranking officials, those who'd only dare travel in the company of a small army. But this time among the victims are government officers of no notable standing and even family members who were unfortunate enough to witness the unspeakable deed. The indiscriminate slaughter of innocent citizens tells me that something is sorely amiss. Captain, could our suspect in fact be a copycat rather than the real Darksteel Hurricane? All possibilities must be taken into consideration. But now it is time for action, no speculation. Lives may be lost while we stand here dwelling on inconsequential details. Yes, ma'am. So, dann beginnen wir mal mit der Untersuchung. Dann sprechen wir mal mit verschiedenen Personen in Bastok Markets. Und zwar brauchen wir einen Paul. Der steht bei H5. H5. Also da irgendwo. H5, H10 und I9 muss ich. Ah. Schauen wir erstmal, wo wir Paul finden. Der muss ja hier irgendwie... Ach, da hinten sehe ich ihn schon. Da ist Paul so ganz im Eck. Did I hear you right? You're asking me what I know about Darksteel Hurricane? What's the big idea? Inviting death to my door with a conversation topic like that? Sorry, won't cut if I end up being the next to lie in a pool of my own blood. What? You promised to catch him before he can lay a finger on me, you say? Alright then, but you didn't hear this from me, are we clear? He is said to wield a great sword with fearsome proficiency. I dare not imagine how much blood has been spilled in order to quench his blades Untiable Thirst. Okay. Dann müssen wir mit einem Biggendorf sprechen. Oder, ne, Bigorf. Der ist H10. Ah, da ist er ja. Bigorf. Huh? You're on the hunt for Darksteel Hurricane? So the recent murderers occurring within the Republic's wall have been traced back to him? First a question from me. Do you know how the man came to be feared by the name Darksteel Hurricane? It's inspired by none other than the suit of Darksteel armor he dons. With it, he can materialize unnoticed and melt back into the shadows at will, or so the rumors claim. Such is the speed at which he dispatches his victims. Their lives are said to leave them long before the empty vessel of their bodies can crumble to the ground in a crimson mess. He is no creature of this world, of this I am certain. Okay, und dann müssen wir noch mit Wilhelmina sprechen, I9. Die dürfte nicht weit entfernt sein. Wilhelmina, da hinten steht sie ja schon. So, was weißt du über Darksteel Hurricane? What? You're on the trail of Darksteel Hurricane? Well, you don't seem to be crazy, so I gather you're either a musketeer or part, or the surely military police outfit. Not that that has any bearing on a law-abiding citizen like me, of course. But getting back on subject, I take it you already know that he wears a menacing scar on his forehead. Those who've met a brutal end by his cruel hand have all turned up with an identical wound carved into their forehead. Speculation abounds on his motives, but if you ask me, only vengeance can so fuel a man's desire for blood. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl. You certainly won't catch me going on a late night strolls anymore, nor do I intend to linger in the presence of a Galka whose forehead I cannot see. I advise you to do the same. Okay, da haben wir doch schon ein bisschen was an Informationen gesammelt. Wahrscheinlich nichts, was nicht eh schon in Bastok allgemein bekannt ist. Aber wir gehen mal mit diesen Informationen zurück zu Gentle Tiger. Ich weiß zwar nicht, was uns das bringen soll, aber wir werden sehen. Und die Informationen sind ja erstmal nur Gerüchte über, was das früher für ein Typ gewesen sein soll und nichts ist wirklich bestätigt. Ich denke mal, die Mythril Musketeers kennen diese Gerüchte auch schon. Nun gut. Gentle Tiger ist hier, wie immer. Oh, goddess have mercy. Oh, it's just you, Alwyb. Don't sneak up on me like that. Hey, don't get the wrong idea now. It's not like I'm afraid of having a run-in with Darksteel Hurricane or anything. As a matter of fact, I'd welcome the opportunity to bump into that despicable feat in a dark alley. Yeah, that's alright, that's right. And when I do, I'll send him to Dreamland with an authentic Galkan chokehold. He'll be down for the count before he even has a chance to fumble for the hilt. of his razor-sharp, blood-stained blade that's rumored to slice through limbs as if they were pumpkin pie. Ja. Ah, Alwyb, how goes the investigation? Were you able to unearth any clues pointing towards Darksteel Hurricane? I see. Impressive detective work as always, Alwyb. Now, contingent upon the manner of intelligence we acquire from Bletherix. Huh. What's this talk of goblins, you ask? Well, determining the suspect's appearance and characteristics is but the beginning. Narrowing down his location is the next logical step. For this, I've a mind to tap into Goblin's expansive information network. You've already acquainted yourself with Bletherix, if I'm not mistaken? Ah. Deswegen mussten wir wohl das Elixier abholen, weil das derselbe Goblin ist. Und vielleicht geht der ja wieder auf das Elixier ein in seiner Cutscene oder was auch immer. In that case, I'd be most obliged if you could seek him out and see if he can offer us anything on Darksteel Hurricane. I'd see to it myself, but there's still a few leads that I'd like to verify, preferably sooner than later. So, na dann gehen wir zum Goblin. Der steht hier ja auch nicht weit weg. So. Da hinten auf dem Marktplatz.